Has anyone watched Groundhog Day? Because I feel like I am living through that right now. Either that, or just a really bad nightmare where I am forced to watch SmackDown and Raw every single week, knowing it's going to be the same thing every single week. Start the show with a promo, usually by Seth Rollins, usually Paul Heyman introducing everyone, as if we don't know who they are, as if we don't remember you introducing the previous week, or the week before that. We kind of remember you introducing them. You don't need to introduce them every single week. And then at the end of the show, a match ends in a DQ, some sort of situation where everyone comes out, ends the show with either a Roman, a Seth, a Punk coming out, beating up someone, or getting beat up every single week, and then nothing in between. No effort, I mean, that alone is no effort, no creativity, but really nothing in between. And I mean nothing, usually. Last night we got a Naomi promo that's newsworthy, but that's it. Usually it's nothing. Nothing. And even that Naomi isn't good creative. That's just Naomi deciding to have a baby. That's not Triple H. Triple H didn't say, oh yeah, we want you to have a baby so we can create this good segment, this good promo, this headline on Raw. Although it wouldn't surprise me because he's absolutely obsessed with headlines. Anything that gets them in the news, he's obsessed with. What was Raw last night? What did we get? They have Roman Reigns there in the arena. Okay? They have Roman Reigns in the arena, available to them to do whatever they want with him. They can have him go out there and do anything. And they have him go out there and do the same thing every time he's in the arena. Go out the last 2 minutes of the show, either spear someone or get beat up. Every single time. I think you give a pen to any other wrestling fan and they would book Roman Reigns better than this. And that genuinely, hand on the heart, that is not me exaggerating. No other wrestling fan would have Roman Reigns, your biggest star, your biggest name, who doesn't have long left, by the way, there in the arena and have him go out there and do the same thing he does every other time he's there. Roman Reigns does not show up that often. You're trying to build a match with Bronson Reed? Fine. Not a fan, but I can get behind it. He's there saying last night, oh, I don't fight for shoes, I fight for championships. When that's just blatantly not true. You haven't gone for a championship since you lost it. You haven't even sniffed a title since you lost it. You've gone nowhere near a championship since you lost it. So that's not true. And you are fighting for shoes. You say you're not fighting for shoes, you're fighting for championships. Why are you fighting Bronson Reed then, who took your shoes and doesn't have a championship? They book Roman Reigns like an idiot. Triple H is the only human being on this planet that would book Roman Reigns this bad. Triple H is the only human being on this planet that could book Roman Reigns to feel very lackluster. Like, what is Roman Reigns? What is Roman Reigns in 20... What is he? OTC? Okay. But what is he? What is he doing? What's his purpose? Why is he there? Realistically, in kayfabe, why would he even show up? Why would he not just go film a movie? Why would he not stay on his island? Why would he not stay at home with his kids, rather than showing up for a tag team match and a match with Bronson Reed? It's all... They've taken the biggest star in the company and made him feel like... What's he doing? He just shows up and does the same thing every time. He doesn't show up often. When he does show up, you have to make the most of him. He doesn't have long left. We don't have long left of Roman Reigns. It won't be long until he has the Undertaker schedule, WrestleMania, and that's it. We have to make the most of him, so I know what we'll do. We'll have him go out there, every time he's in the arena, we'll have him go out at the last 2 minutes of the show, if that, spear someone or get beat up. The most predictable thing possible. And Raw is the most predictable show possible. They also have CM Punk in the arena available to them. They do the same thing with him. Who is this going to make anyone excited for Clash in Paris? Other than just get a big pop at the end of the night. You know what I mean? As soon as Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso was announced, every single fan knew exactly what was going to happen. I scrolled through Twitter. I saw about at least 10 people predict what was going to happen exactly. They predicted it exactly. Match ends in some deep. We didn't know it was going to be Extreme Rules at the time, so we thought, okay, ends in a DQ. Seth comes out, Punk comes out, LA Knight comes out, Roman comes out, and that is exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. The most predictable shit you could possibly book. Let's go through the night. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go through the rest of the night right now. Show starts with Seth Rollins. Even instantly, as soon as the show starts and I hear "Burn It Down," I'm just like, why do I do this? Why do I do this to myself every week? As soon as "Burn It Down," I heard "Burn It Down," I'm just like, oh, here we go again. The crowd singing along to it. A heel, and they're singing along to his theme song. Not the crowd's fault, although it does make them look like idiots. It's Triple H's fault for not changing the guy's theme song. He goes out there, the crowd is singing his theme song on the way to the ring, and then he cuts a heel promo, they're booing him, his music hits again, and then they're singing along to it again. It makes no sense, it doesn't work. How are we supposed to look at him like an evil heel when we're supposed to sing along to his theme song? You absolute idiot. He's dressed like my grandma's wallpaper. Paul Heyman's out there introducing them all like he did last week and the week before that and the week before that. We know who they all are, Paul Heyman. Say something meaningful. Say something we care about. You can't just introduce them every week. What's that going to do? We know who they are. We know it's called the Shula Fala. We know Bron Breakker's going to main event WrestleMania. We know Seth Rollins is a visionary. You don't have to tell us every single week. Then Jey Uso comes out, and I'm just like, could this get any worse? Yes, it can. Jey Uso comes out, cringe. It's just so cringe. Like, his entire promo is just trying to get the crowd to say what he's saying. Right? Yeet or yeet. That his entire promo, every time he goes out there, is just say 2 words, wait 5 seconds to see if the crowd go along with it. Then say another 2 words, wait another 5 seconds to see if the crowd chant it. It's so cringe. It's forced. It's forced down our neck. But that's what Triple H does with anything. If anything gets even remotely over with someone that he likes, if your name's Karrion Kross, absolutely not. But if you're someone that he likes, if something gets even remotely over, he's going to push it down your throat every single week until it's cringe, forced. No one likes it anymore. Paul Heyman's there giving ECW references, and the crowd couldn't care less. The crowd probably didn't even know who he was on about. Most of the crowd probably didn't even know who Tommy Dreamer was or New Jack was. They didn't care. We're in Philadelphia, bear in mind. He's giving ECW references. The crowd couldn't care less. They just want to yeet. They just want to sing along to Seth's theme song. They just want to throw their arms up in the air with Jey Uso. That's all they care about doing. That's WWE crowds in 2025. Even Philadelphia. So that was just a boring way to start the show. The main event gets announced to be Extreme Rules. Wow. Which you know it's not going to be Extreme Rules. You know you're going to get a kendo stick, a chair, and that's about it. Maybe a Slim Jim table. And that's exactly what we got. Then we go into Io versus Raquel. Yeah, you might ask why? No reason. Io wins, and then Rhea comes out after the match to save her. So we're getting a little Io Rhea Ripley tag team. Wow. Riveting stuff. Are they gonna take the titles from Alexa and Charlotte? Face versus faces. Is that what we're building towards here? And then we get Asuka right now. After the match, Asuka's there going to Rhea. Don't get involved in our business. I look after Io. I do this for Io. So she's basically just playing a sidekick to Io. Io's the main character, and then Asuka is just sort of going along with her. Right? Just a part of her character, a part of her story, a part of what she's doing. Asuka is that good. She should be doing her own thing. She should be going for titles. She should be having storylines on her own. You don't need to put her with Kairi Sane and Io just because they all are from the same nationality. Triple H. WWE have done this for years. You're from the same nationality, you look the same, they'll put you together and expect people to just be like, oh yeah, this makes sense, this works, this is exciting, this is entertaining. It's not. Asuka should be doing her own thing. You don't need to put her with Io just as a little sidekick, a little lackey, just because you have nothing for her. Leading to a tag team match very clearly. Again, wow. Exciting, right? Very exciting. Then we get Penta versus Xavier Woods. Penta wins. Moving on. Couldn't care less about Dominic Mysterio. I like Dominic Mysterio. Don't care about him being out there. Don't care about the match. Don't care about anyone putting on a mask and calling himself El Grande Americano. Couldn't care less. We get Mr. Iguana. Again, do you really want me to go over a Mr. Iguana match? Do you really want me to sit here and go over AJ Styles doing the same shit every week? Do you really want me to sit here and go over a Judgment Day? No. We get Becky versus Natalya. Natalya isn't playing her serious gimmick. She's just out there doing the same character she's been doing for 10 plus years. Right? Natty wants to play that character, but they're not going to let her. They're not going to let her because that's something she's created on her own. That is not a WWE creation. So they're not going to put that out there and let people enjoy it when they didn't create it. Absolutely not. I like Becky's new theme song. That's all I have that's all I have to say about this match. Becky wins, beats them up after the match, and then Nikki Bella comes out. So this is setting up a match for maybe, I think it's too soon to do Clash in Paris, although I don't trust them not to rush it. I don't trust them not to rush it at all. Because we've got what? How many shows until Clash in Paris? 3 shows maybe? Maybe 3 shows? Everything is rushed. Everything is rushed. Then we get Naomi's segment. I think we all knew she was going to announce she's pregnant, right? She wasn't injured, but she's going to be off for a long period of time. She's there to announce something with Jimmy Uso. It was very obvious she's pregnant, and that's what she said. The best part of the show. The best part of the show was Naomi going out there and cutting that promo. The best part of the show, which is usually the case. So now we've got to go 9 plus months without Naomi. Someone that I actually do care about. Most of the people on this show, I couldn't care less about. Naomi is someone I do care about and want to see every week. So now for 9 months I have even less of a reason to tune in. But all the best to her. Happy for her. She deserves this. Unfortunate timing, but some things are bigger than professional wrestling. All the best to her and Jimmy Uso. She got a really good promo. She went heel on Adam Pearce, so I did like that. But she laid the title down. So who gets her title now? I don't think it's going to Rhea. I mean, watch them find a way, right? Watch them somehow find a way. Even though she's involved in a little tag team thing, watch them find a way to get this to Rhea. If it's not Rhea, if Rhea doesn't even go for this, then it doesn't make sense either. Because she said, was it last week or the week before? That I'm going to go for this title every opportunity I get. So now the title's vacant. Wouldn't it make sense for her to go with it? So they've digged themselves into a hole. So now she shouldn't be going for the title, but she should at the same time because she said she's going to. But also no one wants to see it. It's just they've dug themselves into a hole. So who gets it? Stephanie Vaquer. Watch them do a little battle royale, right? They'll do they'll do a little tournament. Because God forbid you tell a storyline for it. God forbid you put 2 people together that 2 people want to see. Put a storyline behind it and end with a new champion. God forbid he'll just put 2 triple threats together and then the winner, or 1 triple threat, and then the winner faces Stephanie. Who gets it? The only person I can see it going to is Stephanie. Who else is there really? Other than Rhea. Really hope that don't happen. It has to go to Stephanie, right? Surely she's the only option here. We'll see. Then we get the main event. Jay versus Bron Breakker, which, as I said at the start of this video, was so predictable. What we thought was going to happen did happen. Bronson Reed comes out first. then LA Knight, then Seth, then Punk, then Roman. We all knew this was going to happen. Right? It's a fatal 4-way at Clash in Paris. They're trying to set that up. So you know you're going to see all of them. We knew Roman Reigns was there, and he's setting up something with Bronson Reed. So we know who was going to show up in the main event. They have him available. They have him there in the arena. He doesn't talk. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't do anything meaningful. Doesn't tell a storyline. Doesn't go out there and be Roman Reigns. No. He's going to go out there, spear someone, go home. Every time he goes out there, he's there to spear someone or get beat up, go home. And that is it. Just the bare minimum booking. No creativity. Now, Triple H has found a way to ruin Roman Reigns. So do you trust him to build anyone else properly? If he can ruin Roman Reigns, do you trust him to build up Braun Breaker properly? If he makes Roman Reigns feel meh to the point where I personally don't feel anything when his music hits, because I know he's doing the same thing as he's done it 10 times now, I don't care when his music hits. So do you trust Triple H to make Braun Breaker feel like a huge deal in this company? No. He's ruined Roman Reigns. Of course Roman Reigns is going to get a huge pop, right? Of course he is. It's still Roman Reigns. But when was the last time he did something meaningful? Even the last time he cut a promo, it was to set up a tag team match. This match with Bronson Reed is going to be his first PLE one-on-one match in God knows how long. How many PLE matches has Roman Reigns had? So he had the triple threat at WrestleMania. Then he had the tag team match at SummerSlam. Did he have one in between? Because the Solo Sikoa match was on Raw. Has he had a PLE match? So when was the last one-on-one PLE match that Roman Reigns has had? When was the last time? A long time ago. And now his first one since is Bronson Reed. And as I say, he's there going, I don't fight for shoes, I fight for championships. Why are you fighting Bronson Reed then, who took your shoes and doesn't have a championship? I don't fight for shoes, I fight for championships. Roman, mate, Roman, you might not know this, but Bronson Reed does not have a championship. So what do you mean you fight for championships? You have not touched a single title since you lost it to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. We're on the road to WrestleMania 42. And you haven't touched a single title since you lost it. So what do you mean you fight for championships? No, you don't. You should, but you don't. That was Raw. Just another just awful show. Like when Naomi announcing that she's pregnant is the best part of the show, you know that it was absolutely horrendous. Just repetitive, boring, predictable, pathetic.